we're going to be discussing value ladders and how they apply to marketing. Okay, so what is a value ladder? A value ladder is similar to an upsell in many services. It is not the same as having a gold or a platinum or a silver package where you sell the client different packages. This has to do with marketing and advertising and how you generate leads for your business, for your pest control business, using a value ladder where you create a minimum viable product that you sell or give away in order to get access to that client to be able to sell them more services. Let me give you a little bit of context and background on how this is used. Traditionally, this type of process known as the value ladder, it's used, let's say, in a dentist or a chiropractor. I'll give you two examples. You get an ad that says, hey, are you suffering from pain? Get a free consultation. And the consultation includes x-rays and a professional evaluation. And it contains, a spine analysis and x-rays and this, and you get a series, and it's a $399 value. If you make an appointment today, you're going to get that free. So what's going to happen is you're going to walk into that chiropractic clinic. They're going to do your x-rays. They're going to check your spine alignment. The chiropractor is going to then evaluate you and check you out. And he might do one adjustment for free. And then he sits down with you and he says, listen, here I've evaluated. Here's the curvature of your spine. Here's where your vertebrae are out of place. Here's where we need to do the adjustment. And he's going to sell you a package that includes, let's say, 10 visits. And you sign up for that package, and that package is $399. Well, you got a $399 value from the evaluation. The cost or the reciprocity process in being able for him to sell you that package and then bring you in on a regular basis after that to be able to continue to sell you or sell you other services, like maybe a physical therapy service or a stretching service or a massage service, depending upon the level of service that he's providing. And a dentist, it would be the loss leader in this case, would be a free dental cleaning. And you get a cleaning and you get x-rays and we do a complete evaluation for free. It's a $69 value, and book it today. When you're sitting in that dentist chair, he starts talking to you. Hey, by the way, your teeth are kind of yellow. Would you consider doing a whitening? If you do it today while you're here, it's only this much. You see, and there goes the upsell. So that's typically the way a value ladder is done. And what I'm going to do is show you two different ways of using it in pest control to sell a lot of your services. Let's go into what normally happens. You get the phone call. Let's say you do a Facebook ad and everybody offers free inspections. So when you're competing and the customer calls you and says, do you offer free inspections? The first word out of our mouth is, yes, we provide free inspections. Let me book you an appointment today. Well, guess what? Everybody offers free inspections. You don't have any value in offering a free inspection. A free inspection is almost expected. So there is absolutely zero value in offering a free inspection. So if you have a marketing process where you're giving away a free inspection, he's comparing against everybody else. Now you're going to have 5 guys in that house competing for a free inspection. Let me show you, and what you want to do, let's say you start out here and you want to do a free inspection, and then you're going to sell a regular pest control service. Maybe you do the add-on service while you're there and say, listen, while we're here, we'll add the rodent station, and then maybe you can upsell to a lawn spray or flea and ticks protection program, and then maybe a mosquito service. So you're selling up the ladder, but this free inspection has no value. So trying to get into the customer's house. Well, you'll typically say, well, the difference between me and everybody else is that I've been doing this for 25 years. Well, so is 80% of your competition. That's online. That's on the first page of Google if you're competing there. So when you start throwing out things like I'm a solo operator and I'm an expert and you're throwing out things that are already expected. They don't add any value. See, that's the misconception between the technician and the marketer and the salesperson, that he thinks he's adding value by adding all these things, and he's not. There's no value in the customer's mind. You're just throwing out bullet points, and the customer already expects you to be an expert. The customer already expects you to have experience. This doesn't add value. When we're talking about adding value, because your goal is to get up here, okay, at these high-end services, the bag bud heat treatment, the termite service, the tap installation, the exclusion, the crawl space encapsulation, the attic cleanouts, the bat guano cleanout. All of these things are the high end. These are the $2,000 to $3,000 services. But if you add no value here, how do you move up this ladder through this process? Because then it's about building this trust and building this trust and building this trust to eventually them giving you this. And let me show you one way that you can add value. Okay, so now you're offering a free 39-point inspection. Well, geez, how do you add 39 points? If you're an expert, you should be able to detail why your free inspection is higher in value than anybody else's free inspection. You have to add value to that free because everybody's expecting it. You add value by saying it's a 39-point inspection or a 49 or a 29-point. Well, I know what you're going to say. Well, in my state, you have to offer all of these points and everybody offers it. Here's the problem. Everybody offers it. Everybody has to do it. The customer doesn't know that because it hasn't been articulated through the marketing. And this is why the marketing is so important, that you put that up front in the marketing, that you offer a 39-point inspection, even though it's required, because nobody who's never had an inspection done to their home for WDO or termites or whatever know that all these points are required. And you want to be the first and last guy into that home. And you want to be able to say, this is where we create the value, where we check all of these. Our average inspection takes between 1 to 4 hours. Not 1 hour, not 2 hours, 1 to 4 hours, depending on the home. You still, well, okay, so three of my competitors offer this. Well, then what you have to do is you up the ante. Our average 2-hour inspection is $199. I will give you our 39-point inspection of $199 for free. When can we book this appointment for? They say, well, I need to talk to my husband. What do you need to talk to your husband about? It's a free inspection with no cost to you. Book the appointment. This is one of the ways. Now, I'm going to show you, this is going up. So you start out with an inspection service that maybe takes an hour. But to sell them pest control, say, listen, we're the only pest control in the area that's going to give you a free 39-point inspection for your home, where we're going to check your home for termites. We're going to check your home for rodents. We're going to check that attic. Why? Because what you want to do is be able to sell one of these services while you're doing that inspection and bypass all of this. In the sales process, you want to be able to get, if there is a termite problem, if there is an animal problem, if there is. I know what some of you are saying and thinking, I don't want to sell the customer anything they don't need. And here's what you have to do in the sales process. You got to get you out of the way. Because value and what the customer needs should be determined by the customer. If you go in with a $3,000 package when the customer only wanted pest control, but you discovered all this and the customer says, you know what? We should do it because this is our most expensive investment we have. This is our home. We should do it. That's not for you to decide. That's for you to offer to the client and let the customer decide what's best for them. You're simply there as a facilitator, facilitating for them the decision they need to make for their home. The other value ladder, the other way to use the value ladder is on the way down. Let's say you do get this and you sign the customer up for one of these. It is much easier to go down the ladder and offer these services after you've done all this job and say, listen, we took care of your termite problem. We did the tenting. We did the inside. Hey, why don't we sign you up on one of our preventative? Here's the ants that you have. Here's the roach problem. You know, you have a pet. Why don't we get you on our flea service? Listen, there's mosquitoes in the yard. Again, you're giving the customer the option. When do you stop selling? You stop selling when the customer says stop. The customer decides what they need and what they want. It is not for you to determine that. It is for you to determine how much value you can give that customer in service, in attention, in caring, in being the best person in that market who's going to care for them like no other, and demonstrate that to the client through either the value, increasing the value of this 39-point inspection, or when you get the services, continue to sell down the ladder. So this is how a value ladder is used in the sales and marketing process. Remember, it is your job at the ring of that phone to be able to communicate to that client in the first 30 seconds why they're going to choose you over your competition. That is your USP. That is your unique service proposition. And then you have maybe about 3 minutes to get into a presentation over the phone of what you're going to do for them during that inspection, during that process, so that you're able to close that appointment. The whole idea is to get the appointment. So you need an elevator pitch of about 30 seconds, and then you need to have a 3-minute presentation on why you're going to create the most value for them. This is Frank the Pest Geek. And if this video has been helpful to you, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel below, leave me a comment, and share it with your friends. This is Frank the Pest Geek wishing you a pestacular day.